Hi, and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance, where I did the Shams quest again, the one where you shoot at the logs in the river, but redoing that quest doesn't do anything. So I went on ahead to go to Rete, because I liked the last Herman quest, and I like Herman, and I want to help him again.
What's going on? The folk in town are talking about you.
They shot on me. That's what.
What? Who did?
All of them.
Wait. Tell me again from the start.
All right, if you want. They caught Peter of Dauba, George Weiss, and a fellow named Harold that everyone calls Frost. They're scum who've been hunted for months. Now they've finally been caught, there's a big execution being prepared. Folk will come from miles around to watch.
Well, that's a good thing for you, isn't it?
It would be, if I was fucking doing it.
What? It's his job.
Isn't it the custom for you to do all the executions in Ratai?
It is. Not just the custom, but by bloody right. You're not being replaced, they said. This is just a loan of Gallows Hill.
They really did fuck you over.
My words exactly.
So who's doing the job?
They invited Executioner Heinz all the way from Kutenberg. They say it's going to be a big show. Have I ever fucked up an execution? I always behead them in one blow. And when his lordship wants to drag out a hanging, I leave them kicking for minutes. If he wants it quick, they're stiff as soon as I drop them. And they push me aside like that, after all these years of service.
What can we do about it?
Nothing. His lordship's decided, and that's that.
Nothing? You think they should be allowed to get away with this?
Well, no, but
You have the right to executions in Ratai, don't you?
I most certainly do.
Then you're in the right. Don't tell me you can't think what to do about it.
The trouble is, they already paid the executioner, and he's come here along with his assistants.
We can't stop the executions, unless Heinz drops dead on the spot.
Which we don't want.
Indeed not. The best thing would be if he fucked up the executions. The famous Kuttenberg executioner can't handle the job. The mob would laugh him out of town and beg me to take over. They'd never invite him here again.
Great, so how do we go about it?
The problem is, I don't know what the sentences will be. They'll only announce them just before the executions, and then it'll be too late to do anything.
No. Yes.
Would the bailiff know more?
Maybe, but most likely only Heinz will know the sentence. I've got an idea, though. Will you help me?
Of course.
Great. Thank you, Henry.
So where should I start?
Find out from the bailiff what their crimes are, and then have a look in the Black Chronicle at the Rat House.
It goes back before my time. You're bound to find records of some similar offenders in it. You need to find people who committed the same crimes and came from the same sort of background, noble or lowborn. That way you can find out what the appropriate punishments are.
Then come back to me, and we'll work out what to do.
I'll get moving.
And Henry? They want to do the executions on my gibbet at Gallows Hill. I can hold them up for a while, but probably no more than a week.
I'll bear that in mind.
1 week, okay. So, the Black Chronicle. Die Acta Negra Maleficorum. Maleficorum, yeah. It's a thing that apparently really exists. Money for a rope. Find out the appropriate punishments from the Black Chronicle. Find out from the bailiff what the reprobates have been convicted of. I'm not allowed in the Rathaus at this time of day, I assume. Although the bailiff is really my friend, so I'll just try it. That's just a trader's sign. So let's see how far we come in the night. That's the trader. That's the tailor lady. This is even opened. Oh. Hehe. It's not late enough at night to do that. To do stuff like this. Whatever, I did only win that jump thing, so nothing too interesting happened since I last saved. Yeah, there's no private, as we know already. So it's B that's the bailiff. No, should be B that's the bailiff, so he's above this. And sleeps in here. It's a private area, but let's just... It's not here, there... No one's here? Bailiff has a big room that I never once saw to lockpick all of the stuff. What's that? It looks like something interactable. I don't know, we have to lockpick here. But not yet, I want to talk to you. He's one of the guys that I think I might be able to talk to just normal, even if I'm in his house.
Hey, you've no business here. Clear off or you'll be sorry. Hey! What are you doing here? Mother of God! Hey, you've no business here. Clear off or you'll be sorry.
Yeah. This. Oh no! Someone wanted. Fucking kidding me! It was such a hassle to bring him here. Hey, you. This will be a great time. I want to do it all in this night, if I can.
What are you doing here? Hey! Hey!
No,
you've
don't,
no business
don't.
here. Clear
No,
off.
not the other one.
Is there something you need?
Only that one, please. Oh, god damn it! And the next one!
Something here?
What the fuck is wrong with this household? And the appreciation of guests.
Mother of God!
You are fucking kidding me. All of you. God damn it. I mean, I can train lockpicking at this door. Lockpicking like crazy. And I think I'm unnoisy enough to just go through here. In the hopes that I can find the fucking bailiff. It was twice that I almost had him.
Hey! Well, I never!
That I almost had him to the door. The problem is if I stay too long in, if I don't go do it like this, I can't pull him here. To maybe speak to him. Oh! Are you fucking kidding me? Why did he close the fucking door on me again? What is wrong with this household?
Hey!
I think I just got caught.
No business here.
God save you, good knight. What can I do for you?
I hear there's going to be a big execution here.
There certainly is. It'll be
I
a
glitched him out.
glorious event for our town. They'll be talking about it for years.
Who's for the chop?
The biggest outlaws and reprobates for miles around. Peter of Dauba, George Weiss, and Frost Herald.
What did they do?
What didn't they do, more like? They caused trouble all over the country.
Who's this Peter of Dorber?
A noble who lost his fortune. He's been holding up merchants for months.
That's all?
At first, but then his gang started getting bloodthirsty. They wiped out a whole squad that was hunting them. He won't walk away from this.
What can you tell me about Herald?
They call him Frost because he's always cool as ice, until he starts. I've seen plenty of killers and thugs in my day, but that one's got the devil in him.
Why?
They say the only thing that'll put a smile on his face is the sound
Torturer.
of screaming and weeping.
He's a
That
torturer.
beast kills for pleasure. When they caught him, he had a candle made from the arm of an infant.
Wow.
For luck, he said.
Christ. What about Weiss?
No one actually knows where he came from, but they say the murdering started with him. He never leaves witnesses. He'd rather wipe out a whole village than take a chance.
He never leaves witnesses. Okay.
Thanks, bailiff. That's all I need to know.
Goodbye.
So we're going out. Until they're all giving up again. And then we change into our better suited go-in armor. Because we'll have to see whether... Oh, we have to see whether that book is down here or up there. Some weird codex. This one maybe? No. It's supposed to be... Oh! Okay, it's here but one floor above. Okay. So let's just go there. We'll have to wait for him to reset. And he reset. Then we want to sneak and we want to enter. Maybe that's more intelligent to do during the day when they are not here. This is even considered trespassing, okay. This is in the scribe's quarter. But let's see first. New books. That's a book that we have already. That's the book. Executioner's book, okay. The new council by Smith Flashka. Let's see. What do we have here? Tell Herman what you found out. Okay, so I'll have to remember. So we'll save the game here. So in case we might be interrupted. We get the thing, but we want to read. In the year of our Lord, Wenceslas in Bohemia, Lord of Labor, being the sole elder of the province, punisher of rebels against crime, this book has set on names of such persons, and named for ordeal they were rightly put. Jan the miller of Poland with Janek, they did rob the mill in Bozic, so that's gang building. They acted leave behind, that's like the first one. And they did not take there, they did spend at the... or that he did declare about being put... or this he did declare without being put to torture. Jan the miller is, as a commoner, is put to death by hanging. Death by hanging if you're a commoner, but Peter of Dorber is not a commoner. Young Prebeck Schibelhold, of Göttingen together with... did commit robbery. The same Prebeck did state that the same Marshik did steal the sword of Matzek the carpenter and did take it away concealed beneath his cloak. The same Prebeck... Okay, this is taking way too long. This is taking way too long. I'm gonna read that off screen because I can't read you all of this. They are like, okay, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 stories here, which I have to match to the 3 others, and I have to remember them properly and all. I'll do this off screen while reloading myself, save a few times, and I'll see you once I have the right stories set up to each of our 3 people that are to be killed. So, the stories. The first one is about someone who killed and left behind no witnesses. He was a commoner. That's the same story as Weiss's story. He was the first murderer and left no witnesses, so he'll be hanged. Next one is just theft without killing. We didn't have that in our guys. Then we have arson, so that's also not right. Then we have a nobleman who did commit band robberies and killing, and he did die by the sword, so Peter of Dorber will die by the sword, as he did the same thing. Then we had some crazy guy who killed 3 pregnant women and did devour them and stuff, so he was flayed and his flesh was ripped and he was tortured and he was ended on the wheel. Then a woman who killed her child, and the last one, we had someone who is an accomplice of Lubosch, the Limpy Lubosch of Uschitz, who had his ear cut off for stealing. So this was actually quite easy. But now I wanted to see whether I can steal some more books from the scribe who lives over here. That's not an... that's also just books. Here now is a place where I'm allowed to be again, but I don't want to be heard stealing, so I'm still crouching around. Worth it. No more books. I think I had looked at some of these bookshelves before, but I don't know if I've been to that guy normally. The Czech campaign in Lombardy too. Wait, that's the book that we had already. Ah, it's the same one as this one. Wait, there was something. A treasure map. And that was a pickup, not a steal. That's one that we didn't read already, okay. Somewhere near the Dutch-go with a devil camp. Interesting, but in a mineshaft near to it. We move that to horse. We'll go, I maybe go after the treasure camps. Maybe if I see that I need dice games for the main quest, then maybe I'll go for that. This is all very interesting because I am still unsure what is in this building overall. Very hard chest that I can even try. Wait, black purpoint has 0 noise. Let's steal that. Maybe I'll need that for stealing in the future. We'll see. We're trespassing again. We looked at that before. I think the cellar leads to where the guys are imprisoned. Okay, Charles, Fable. This, and this. There even was one skill book in there. I think a speech skill book. Yeah, this leads towards where... oh. It doesn't. It's the lowest room. It's weird. I think that's the room I come out of if I bring people to jail. Then I come out of this staircase here. Interesting. With a lot of books. New to us now. Okay. Let's go through those books so that I see what I stole. Fable of the Fox and the Jug sounds interesting. Libus from Primisil on the Margraviate Wars, the Queen's Court Manuscript, Saint Vilgefortis, Sigismund of Luxembourg, Silence and Golden and other myths. I'll read that soon. The Czech campaign in Lombardy #1, The Groom and the Apprentice, the Kingdom of Bohemia. So we found the third, the stash of the third scribe, so we got the last part of the books. I think we now have most of the books. I will have to go now to Herman, so I'll sleep because I think I can't just go to Herman in the middle of the night, so I'll sleep in my little cabin over there. Are we on nourishment? Yes, we'll take that. We had also a black purpoint as an armor. Wood 22, 24. That's 813. So we'll drop that because it's not better than the Gambeson. Okay. So tomorrow we'll go to Herman the Executioner. And here we are at Herman's. First let's talk to Ilishka. Oh, that's not nice that I can't talk to her. Okay. Herman. How did that happen? How did I put on my head but nothing else? Must have accidentally equipped it. Weird. I look so stupid, but it's making me stealthy.
I need your advice.
Did you find out what they did? And did you read the Black Chronicle?
Yes.
So tell me what you found out, and I'll see what I can come up with.
Just bear in mind, I can help you work it out, but you'll only find exactly what you need in the Ratai Black Chronicle. Every executioner has his own way of doing things, and this bastard might have different methods in mind.
Peter of Dorba has many murders on his soul, but he's still a nobleman.
With a sword. It's quartered. This one is new. That's not even in the book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shop.
His neck is going on the block.
That makes sense. His crimes are great, but he's still a nobleman, so he gets an honorable death.
Weiss.
George Weiss is a bloodthirsty bastard who left a trail of corpses behind him. He hasn't earned an honourable death. He's for a long drop on a short rope.
A murderer deserves nothing better. That makes sense.
Frost Herald is the worst of them all, sent by Satan himself. The things he's done would make a demon blanche. The executioner will take his time with that one. He'll be begging to die. If I read correctly, it'll start with ripping the flesh.
Aye, could be. He deserves nothing better.
So, have we got everything we need?
We've covered all the possibilities. There's nothing more we can think up.
So, what's the plan then?
An executioner's greatest boast is to behead with one blow. That's why an executioner's sword needs to be a splendid piece of craftsmanship and sharp as a razor.
I follow you, but how can I get to the sword?
It won't be easy. The executioner's sword is one of his most valuable instruments.
Couldn't it just be switched for a different one?
He'd notice straight away. It's different than a regular sword, heavier with a blunt point. The balance is different too.
I could take yours and...
He'd recognize that too. An executioner knows his sword like the back of his hand. He'd notice as soon as he picked it up.
So I'll have to steal it, dull the blade and put it back before anyone notices?
Yes, that's probably the only way.
That'll be interesting. And how can I dull the sword? Should I hack at a stone wall?
I thought you were a blacksmith, son. It's enough to cock up the honing. That will make much less noise.
Okay, go to a grindstone
That'll do
and
me.
do it wrong. Okay, I'm good at maintenance. Maybe it will be not possible.
With ripping of the flesh, the bastard has to suffer, but survive as long as possible.
So, if Herald drops dead right at the start...
The executioner will look like a fool.
But how can I make sure it happens?
I don't know. It depends on the skill of the executioner. An experienced one starts in places where there's no threat of heavy bleeding, the sides, the chest.
And the Kuttenberg executioner is definitely experienced.
No doubt. They use a kind of special tongs, and in between the ripping, the convict's wounds are treated so he can take more.
Maybe the tongs could be spiked with something nasty.
And you'd know what to use?
I know a little, and I might be able to get something.
That would work. Good idea, Hal.
Poison the flesh-ripping tongs. Okay.
That'll do me. What about the hanging?
If the rope breaks when it's done, it's an unbelievable disgrace for the executioner. Folk see it as the will of God, and sometimes he even has to let the condemned man go.
That's not a good idea. Shoot the rope through. Great.
I could shoot the rope through from a distance with an arrow.
Don't be daft. No, you couldn't.
But I'm...
Where did you get such a stupid idea? From some wench? Even if you somehow hit it, that rope's much too strong.
Well...
And even if you did manage to shoot it through, do you really think nobody would notice?
Maybe it's not the best plan I've ever come up with.
But it sounded
certainly hope
glorious. Cutting it would be noticed too.
What about switching it?
That could work. I've got an old rope here I don't use anymore. It looks fine, but it's run. It'll be perfect.
Great, I'll use that.
A rotten executioner's rope.
That'll
Okay.
do me. Thanks.
Okay, we told him what we find out. Sabotage the executions by the Kuttenberg executioner. We will have to find the stuff in my inventory, which is great. Because I have to place stuff like... it's in quest items, the Rowan Executioner's robe. And then we have to poison him. Poison is on the horse. It's not here, it's here. Poison is on the horse. Move to inventory. And the other thing is I have to steal some stuff from him and... Okay. I mean, I'm good at stealth. So that will do. He's just chillaxing. Okay. Then... back we go towards Rete. It's generally in that direction, but where is it? Oh, it's over there. Okay, I'll see you once I've reached the other side of Rete. So let's see where this all leads. I mean, I suppose I'll have to sneak in. So stealth is a great thing. Okay, it's that farmhouse. Let's see what we can see at day about how it's looking. Okay, it's a little barn with some wagons around it. We're just scouting it out now. There are 2 tents. Two people are over here. Okay, 2 tents and a barn. Do we see a chest? Yes, there's a chest here. At the wagon there's a chest. And there are 4 people around. Okay. Horse is doing stupid stuff again. Rode by. Right by. Bit closer. Is that a dog? That one there, is that a dog? Yes, that's a dog. Okay. We also have a dog. I have that perk, don't I? It must be skills, stealth. Dog person. Dog in people's yards or by their houses won't bark at you or attack you unless you step on them, attack them, or make them feel threatened. So don't take your weapons out, don't step on him. Okay, good to know. We scouted the area. Let's come back in the night.
Wait here. Stay.
I just ordered my dog to stay here at the tavern so that he doesn't make my cover blow up. Worst comes worst, he'll run because I waited too long. Okay, we can now start sneaking around. It might be too early, it's like 10 in the evening now. The sneaking music is beginning and I don't see anyone. Sabotage what? Sabotage what? With poison.
If he tries to torture anyone with this, the lucky fellow will die quickly.
Okay, we poisoned the throngs. Poison the flesh-ripping tongs. Alchemy. Very hard lockpick. The sword isn't in here. Fuck. Let's go in here to see what we have here. We're trespassing, okay. Would definitely directly be tagged here. One is sleeping here. There's like a candle and a goblet. Another chest. More stuff. Another silver ring. Also has 14 charisma as the one I'm wearing. Oh. Oh. Someone was moving around. Come on. Go away. The one next to me wakes up while you're standing there. I'm done with. Don't wanna knock you all out. There's a rope in the corner. Is this rope? Yes.
It'll never hold the weight of a grown man.
Okay, we also need the other thing. Might want to consider, we have 2 out of 3 done. Might want to consider drinking a savior schnapps. We're gonna do that. So we're drunk now. They're just getting up at random, it seems. Let's look in their tents. One of the tents has a chest. It's an easy one. Executioner's sword. We got the executioner's sword. And it would now be the perfect time to drink instead of when I drunk. Don't step on the dog on our way out. Okay, and we can go.
Yeah.
Now we have our dog and our horse with me again. I'm taking the dog with me again so that his obedience doesn't go too low. I've really reprimanded for not having a torch out at night, so I'm not on a stealing run now, so can just ride straight into it here. And we learned that we cannot kill anyone by riding into them. It's this, not Skyrim. Or was that Skyrim? Whatever, I want the grindstone. There it is. Start. The executioner's sword, it's at 100%. Select. So you angle it like this. Okay, I'm getting like weird vibrations in the controller every now and then. Is that enough? It's at 0. It's at 0. I'm satisfied. 0 is broken enough. No idea what those guys are. But I'll be drinking another savior schnapps on my way there, or am I sleeping in the tavern? Okay, I'm sleeping in the tavern for 1 hour again for safe scumming purposes, and I'll see you back at the executioner's camp. So I went ahead and saved the game for safe scumming purposes, and we can now sneak into it again. We had like the dog going around and like people going around, so yeah, of course someone is sitting there now. We have to wait until he goes back to sleep. Because I don't think I can do stuff like lullaby arrows. Is that a second person? What? It's a bit weird. Okay, he's sitting on the block, so I could just sneak by behind him and go into the tent. I could, but I won't. I will wait until he moves. Wait, I saved. Let's see. Okay, I can't reach that without being seen. The problem is that if I whistle, my horse will come. I could use my whistle to lure him there and then go around this side. But I can't use that because the horse will come to me and he will follow the noise of the horse, or the horse standing in the middle of the fucking room. We don't even know which one of these is the executioner and which are his guards. Fuck it, I'll try it. What have I to lose? What the fuck? Is that easy?
There. Couldn't chop the head off a chicken.
That's why I put up my safe scumming spot. He saw, he heard the chest going. No, that's the wrong button. I wanted to do the torch away button. Okay, Mud, you stay here.
Wait. Stay.
I think he heard the chest opening and closing, but I don't see no one, so in it is. Inventory, weapons, executioner, sword, move.
Couldn't chop the head off. Ow.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's Henry talking! I try to do that again and again and again until it works.
Get the hell out of here! There's nothing here for you! Lost something here?
Come on, 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 come on. Okay, that animation is off. This idiot was really troubling me. This idiot was really troubling me. And I'll try it this way. Without killing anyone, just knocking out. Same with the second one. We could kill him, we could loot him, but we're just gonna go and put a weapon here.
Couldn't chop the head off a chicken with this.
Okay. I'm not happy with what I did, with what I had to do, but I think that's the only way. So let's see how the end of this quest plays out. I'm gonna put my real stuff back on. I hate it that what changes in a menu whether you have the info open or not. I really hate that. Okay, got all my stuff back on. Can go towards Herman again. I'll see you when I reach Herman in the morning. So we're at Herman's house, where we could steal some stuff, but we won't do that. And instead we will talk to him. He has a lot of chests here. Wow.
About the executions.
Is it done? Can I let them get on with the executions now?
Yes.
Now all we have to do is go and enjoy the show.
Go and watch the executions. When? 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 Stupid game. You tried... Optional? I won't miss that. You fucking kidding me? When are the executions? I'll wait. Have to wait for like half an hour at a time until the time for the execution arises. So let's just go over there and wait. I don't know what the appropriate distance is. We'll stay here without a torch, without shield like a normal person, so that we don't look at all like the dark fellow one might have glimpsed from the corner of his eye before he got clapped on the head. So I'll be waiting and you see when something happens. We are starting to see the first movement by this guard standing in the bush. Great, and people are coming. Okay, this is 32 hours later. So it's one complete day of waiting later and then a few hours. So yeah, and I waited that in like little 1 hour blips of waiting so that I wouldn't miss it. Quest started, red hay turn, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, there's stuff going on here. Can someone tell me what's going on here? Can you tell me when the execution starts? No.
God be with you.
All the unnamed NPCs are here. No. Well, from Pruda. That's one of the guys I'm supposed to be stealing stuff from. Am I supposed to be stealing stuff from him right now? Because this is what qualifies as a crowd. For my crowd control perk with the stuff. There are like really coming a lot of people here. That one over there is the parish priest, of course. And some guards. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Okay. Then I assume I'll be waiting another hour.
Into your hands, Lord, I commend my spirit. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, who redeemed me by his precious blood, have mercy on me and lead me to eternal glory. Amen.
What the 2, 3, 4. Okay, the people loves that. To see some brutality here. Oh, the torturing. Ten seconds. 10 seconds of torture and it's over. Okay, that's a bit lame. Especially if you came to see a 2-hour torturing session. What are you gonna do with your day when you prepared yourself for having your 2-hour torture session? What a day. They wanted him here to have a show, and they got a show. We went and watched the executions. Go to Herman for your reward, yeah. But also want to talk to... You have never seen you in a while. Not seen you for a long while. Hi. I can ask him about Rete as if he knew something. He's from Kuttenberg. What a weird game sometimes. Especially all this waiting. Why didn't you give me a talk to Herman option to skip and teleport right through to the point? Why didn't you give me that? It's weird. The technology is there.
Did you see that? An utter disgrace.
You weren't even there.
It certainly was. The executioner couldn't hold his head high after that.
True. The whole crowd was looking forward to it, and right at the start he fucked up the beheading. And then he took the tongs and... and the fellow kicked the bucket right away. Jesus, how he gaped. and then furious as a rabid dog. Furious, he grabs the last one. And he wasn't even able to hang him. I'll be forever grateful to you, Hal. You saved my job, and you deserve a reward for it.
Thank you.
Recipe for Lazarus Potion. The Joy of Gutting 4. Oh, we already had that. And the recipe for the Bane Potion. And 400 Groschen and a freeze. Okay, so let's go that. We had the Joy of Gutting 4. Yeah, we had that already. Hunting level 15. The Joy of Gutting is fitting, but we have that already. But recipes for the Bane and Lazarus Potion, especially Lazarus Potion. So to compare what the Lazarus Potion does. Marigold Decoction adds 30 health. That's my normal healing potion. This one is the 100 health over 5 minutes potion. That's 30 health over 1 minute, and the other one is 200 over 5 hours. So obviously that's 1 minute and 5 minutes real time. That's 5 hour in-game time. So you can't really compare them. But okay. Yeah. Do I need to eat again? Yes, I do. I'm overeaten, I know. I like to do that. Okay. Then for the end of this episode, I'll read you another book and we'll start the next episode. We're going over there. So I'll travel to Tarnberg, rest in that tavern, and then I'm gonna read you another book. And since the sun is shining so hot and it's raining only mildly, we're reading a book here in Tarnberg, which is the Czech campaign in Lombardy, which was the double book of which I only had the second part, which is the last book that was left from the first and second pile of books. But now that we got, I think, the last pile of books, we'll start that with this. The mighty Emperor Frederick, known as Barbarossa, Frederick the First, decided to invade the... No, Barbarossa wasn't the first. The Great was the first. Whatever, Barbarossa decided to invade the country of Lombardy. For the elders and burghers, they were ignoring the imperial charter, dishonoring it and disregarding imperial power. And also because the treacherous Vlachs... Vlach Tepesh, isn't that Dracula? No, it's Vlad Tepesh and it's his first name. The Vlachs is his last name. Wanted to agree a pact with the Pope against the Emperor and to usurp his power. Knowing well the courage and skill of the Bohemian warriors, the Emperor asked the Czech Prince Vladislav of the House an R with the thing on it. How would I pronounce that? I have no idea. Premiership for the support of his troops in the campaign. In return for his aid, the emperor let the Bohemian prince be crowned and issue a royal edict, so that the Czechs would have a king of their own. So the emperor did in January of the year 15. Can't be 15. We're at 14. So that's 1173. In the year thereafter, the emperor and his forces marched to Lombardy. Yeah, D is the other one. To Lombardy to bring order to the country and especially to humble the rich and glorious city of Milan, where the greatest insurrection was underway. Here too, the Czech were of great help, bravely fighting the Vlachs wherever they encountered them. They built a bridge across the river Adda, where the Milanese had torn down the old bridge to halt the emperor's advance. The Czechs head off the Lombardian troops so that the emperor and his army could cross the river and besiege the town. And so it came about that in the month of August the city was besieged and the Czechs were given the task of guarding the gate of St. Dionysus. For months the imperial army laid siege, engaging more than once with the Milanese, and every time the Czechs fought bravely and powerfully, for which they subsequently earned great recognition from both the imperial soldiers and the Milanese. The Czechs thought up all manner of ruses and tricks to frighten the enemy, such as making life-size figurines of bred dove, which within sight of the battlements they roasted on a fire and ate, to spread fear amongst the Milanese that they ate children, or blackening their faces with charcoal and fighting wildly so the enemy will think it was not men but devils who were attacking them. But it is also said that the Czechs shot poisoned arrows at the foe and all manners of other unrighteous deeds. The Czech king Vladislav killed the Milanese standard bearer with his own hands. The Milanese, seeing that the fight against the emperor and the Czechs was futile, appealed to King Vladislav to intercede on their behalf with the emperor and to help find a peaceful solution. This was done, and the Milanese succumbed to the emperor, recognized his authority, and paid a large ransom, for which the emperor left them many rights and confirmed old ones. Then the emperor again pronounced Vladislav king, and the Czechs returned home crowned with much glory and wealth. Many great Czech houses of ancient origin commemorate their ancestors who fought so bravely at Milan. One was granted a golden ladder in their coat of arms for scaling the walls and being the first to surmount them. Jesze of Pardubice and his cavalry were said to have forced their way into the town and pillaged there. When they were going back, the defenders, in an effort to stop them, hurried to lower the iron portcullis. Jesze managed to flee the town, but the falling portcullis killed his horse, cutting it in two, and he had to get back to the siege encampment on foot with his loot, for which he was given in his coat of arms a half-silver horse, which to this day the lords of Pardubice bear on their standards and shields. The Czech nobility have long remembered the glorious campaign and commemorated as proof of the bravery and warfaring skill of all Czechs. And that was the Czech, how the Czech came to the international renown of being good fighters in Milan. But tomorrow we'll be going for something else. We'll be going to prove ourselves that we're worth something. We're not doing just some bringing stuff around and doing tourneys and shooting arrows at trees and hunting deer and hunting deer and hunting deer and clubbing people and stealing and stealing and stealing and stealing and stealing and fight and clubbing people and stealing. No. I wanted to do that before. Whatever, we'll do that later. Tomorrow we'll go to report to Sir Radzig at the lookout point by Tarnberg, so that we can continue with the main quest for like 1, 2 or 3 quests. I'll see once the DLCs thingies start to show up, so This one is for the Band of Brothers DLC. That's also Sir Radzig, so I want to have him cleared of the main quest so that I can know what I'm approaching when I'm going for the DLC. And also Sir Hans Capon must be part of a quest at some point. This is still weird that the Red Egg quest always counts as a new quest now. It didn't before. So maybe I did it wrong? Whatever, it's just a normal tourney. So, see you tomorrow with main questing. Have a nice day.